Play La Bamba, Oil Country. The Oilers defeat the Los Angeles Kings 1-0. 1-0. It's so funny because in my pregame report, I predicted an 8-6 win for the Edmonton Oilers, which is obviously an outrageous prediction. And you know what? I purposely predicted that because, one, if I predicted the Oilers to win, let's say like 3-1 or something, it's like I'm jinxing the whole game. And if I predict LA to win, well, then fans will think that I don't have any faith in the team. So I went with an outrageous prediction, but I knew in my mind, this is going to sound like really, really pretentious. I knew in my mind that this was going to be a defensive playoff-like hockey game. And if this is anything to go by in terms of a potential future first-round matchup between Edmonton and the Los Angeles Kings, well, oh boy, we are in for a treat. The Oilers probably played their best overall defensive effort of the season, and I do apologize for the lighting. I am in a hotel room here in Edmonton. I went to the game tonight, and if you happen to see me there, if we said hi, thank you so much. It was so much fun getting to meet a few people. I had an absolute blast. This was a great game. You know, I went to the game in Montreal. I saw Edmonton lose 3-0, so getting to go to a game where the Oilers get to shut out their opponent and get to see Kings fans walk out of there sad that their team did not score a single goal. Well, that feels pretty darn good. Stuart Skinner tonight, absolute player of the game, no questions. Let's talk about it. Obviously, the first period, the Oilers, we were expecting a bit of a slow start. I mentioned this in the pregame report. I mentioned that Stuart Skinner, because of the the road trip that the Oilers were just on, likely they would start slow. And Stuart Skinner was able to hold the fort, let the team figure out their game, and find a way to get back into it. And I mean, the Oilers eventually were able to break through. They scored in the second period during a 4-on-4. I thought it should have been a power play for the Edmonton Oilers. But I met a few people from the Game Over Network. Ash made a really good point during the second intermission that Kapanen probably got a penalty because, not that he was defending Connor McDavid, but he probably got a penalty because he had just kind of jumped onto the ice as that play was unfolding. So the ref, they usually will call stuff like that, and that was a really good point. So I wanted to give a shout out to Ash from Game Over Network. She's one of the hosts for Game Over Edmonton. If you have not seen any of those shows, I highly recommend it. Game Over Network is a very special network I'm very happy to be part of. I also got to meet Avery from the Game Over Network, which was awesome. I got to meet a fan named Liam. So Liam, if you're watching this video right now, huge shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being so kind and very nice. It was really nice to get to connect with some fans during the intermissions tonight. I hope to come up for another game in the future. But again, let's talk about the game a little bit here. First period, the Oilers started off very, very slow. The LA Kings had, I think, 10 shots on goal in the first 9 minutes or so of this game, and Stuart Skinner had to make some big saves. There was a 2-on-1 specifically, and Skinner had to slide across his crease. He made a glove save. Yes, it was kind of lucky, but also it was a good save at the same time. It was lucky in the fact that the rebound bounced off of his glove on top of the Oilers' net, and then Corey Perry kind of just like held it with his I was going to say his paw, but his hand. He held it with his hand, and he got the whistle. And the Oilers, that first period, pretty rough. They only had 6 shots on goal. I think they were credited with only 6 shots on goal. But after the first period, they took the game over. That second period onward, they absolutely smothered the Los Angeles Kings. They did not allow the Kings to get anything going. And something that I mentioned during the second intermission with Ash, Avery, and Liam was the fact that it reminded me of that Colorado Avalanche game where the Oilers smothered the Avs. They did not allow the Avalanche to have anything earlier in the season. The Oilers, they completely took away the LA Kings' ability to transition. They took away the LA Kings' ability to attack off the forecheck. The Oilers were really good with their sticks. They were good at breaking up plays. They were good at breaking up pucks. Their sticks in the lanes were fantastic, and positionally, they were very sound. And when they did break down defensively, Stuart Skinner was able to make some really big saves tonight. I haven't had a chance to look at the advanced metrics yet, but I'm assuming the Oilers likely held the advantage in expected goals for percentage tonight. The LA Kings, obviously that first period, they probably owned. I would probably say they had, in my opinion, and this is just an opinion, I haven't had a chance to take a look at anything. I haven't even looked at the highlights yet. This is just me coming home from the game or coming to the hotel from the game. I would say the high danger chances were probably like 3 or 4-0 for the Kings in that first period. I don't remember the Oilers getting any real quality looks. But the second and third period, Edmonton got some really good looks. And I am shocked at the fact that this team is just allergic to the empty net. You have Mikko Rantanen and Nathan MacKinnon, who just seem to feast off of empty nets. As soon as the other team pulls their goalie when they're down in a game against Colorado, Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen, you can guarantee at least one goal and an assist for each of them, no matter what. No matter what happens. Tonight, Connor McDavid, he hit the outside of the post on one attempt. Leon Draisaitl couldn't hit the empty net. And then I think, I don't know who it was on the Oilers. There was another attempt that went wide. Overall, though, really happy with the effort. If this is the Edmonton Oilers team that shows up during the playoffs, if this is the style of hockey that they're able to play, that they're able to sustain, Chris Knoblauch, he had everyone going tonight. He's pushing the right buttons. I didn't agree with the fact that they healthy scratched Jeff Skinner before the game today. I did talk about that in the pregame report a little bit. But overall, the fact that they went 11-7, Josh Brown, he didn't get a lot of ice time. I think he played about 5 or 6 minutes total. It was hard to tell because he wasn't noticeable. And that's a really good thing. There are a lot of Oilers fans out there who really dislike Josh Brown, and I am one of them. I'm so hard on Josh Brown. I was very hard on that signing by Stan Bowman, very hard on the team whenever they call him up and put him in the lineup. But Josh Brown, he went into the lineup against the Boston Bruins, played really strong hockey. He played against Chicago, really strong hockey. And tonight against the LA Kings, again, I don't know what the advanced metrics look like, but he was not noticeable in a good way. He is one of those players. The Los Angeles Kings, they like to work the cycle. They like to work down low. They like to try and center things into the slot area. Josh Brown, he's big, he's tall, he's physical, but he has a very long stick. He has a very long stick. He's able to get it into passing lanes and prevent any kind of high danger looks. Josh Brown tonight in limited ice time, I thought he played great. And another unsung kind of hero of this game, and they're probably not going to get a whole lot of love from the mainstream media and maybe other fans, but I really liked Kasperi Kapanen's game tonight. He got a couple looks with Draisaitl. He got a couple looks with McDavid. Overall, Kasperi Kapanen is a guy that we were maybe considering healthy scratching. There's a lot of fans that I interact with regularly on social media that, maybe want him healthy scratch over Jeff Skinner. But Kasperi Kapanen tonight played such a strong game, a two-way game. He was fast. He was on pucks. He was forechecking and putting pressure on defenders, and it was really good to see. If Kasperi Kapanen can play like that, I know he's a skilled forward that you likely want to produce offense, but if he's able to play like that consistently in the bottom six, the Oilers have a really good player there and someone that could really contribute during a playoff run. I was very happy with him. But of course, the first star of this game goes to Stuart Skinner. He played amazing. He had 30 saves tonight. Just an unbelievable performance. Fans all night were chanting Stu. I had one kid beside me. I think it was his first NHL game ever, which is pretty cool because my first NHL game ever was against LA as well. Although I got to see the Oilers lose 3-1, I think was the final score in my first game at an Oilers game. I'm redundant with my wording here. I'm tired. It's late. But fans to my left as well, they recognized how strong Stuart Skinner was playing, and it was really good to see. I love that the kid beside me was very engaged with the game. Sometimes little kids, when they're like 6, 7 years old, they're a little shy. They're not sure. This kid was great. He was great. His dad was great. If you happen to watch this video, I don't know who you are. It was so much fun. The fans tonight were amazing. Are they as loud as the Bell Center and Montreal Canadiens fans? I'm not sure. But you know what? The vibes tonight in Oil Country were 10 out of 10, and that's all I could ask for. The Oilers with a huge 1-0 win. They get back the points that they lost earlier in the season to the Kings. Right after the Christmas break, they lost in overtime. So the fact that they were able to win this game in regulation, they are now, I believe, I don't know how many points they're up on the Kings now. They were up 6 points up with 2 games in hand, I think is what it is. And the Oilers also moved to 5th in the NHL standings, 5th or 6th. I'd have to take an extra look. Oil Country, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for always believing in this team, for believing in Stuart Skinner, for being positive ambassadors to the YouTube community and hockey. There's a lot going on in the hockey community right now on YouTube. Maybe some of your favorite creators, you've noticed that they put out tweets or they put out videos or messages saying that they have been copyright struck by the NHL or by someone because they use real life footage. There is a reason why I never use real life footage in any of my videos. I obviously put my support out to a lot of those hockey creators, people like Hockey Psychology, huge influences on me as a fan creating content for all of you right now. The NHL clearly is against, fan engagement, and they're clearly against new fans figuring out how the NHL works and joining communities like this. And the fact that you are all so welcoming and so kind to everyone all the time, it means a lot. You are the best community in the world, so thank you so much. I cannot wait to discuss this game further. I don't know if I'll have a day after discussion up tomorrow. Keep an eye out. I might. If not, I will obviously have the pregame report up on Wednesday. I think they play Minnesota. I know they play Minnesota and Colorado this week. I'm just kind of blanking on who they play first. But obviously, the first game of that segment, I will have the pregame up, and I cannot wait to discuss this further. Great game tonight from the Edmonton Oilers, one of the best performances of the season. Yes, slow start. However, it doesn't matter how you start. They had a goalie that gave them a chance to win, and the team went out, and they fought for him. They fought for each other. They fought for you. They fought like Ben. I always wear this bracelet everywhere I go. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to smash the like button if you have not yet hit it, and make sure to hit subscribe to the channel if you are not yet subscribed, as we continue to build an amazing community here on YouTube. Thank you, Oil Country. You're so much fun. I cannot wait to get home and discuss this game further, discuss this team further. The Oilers right now are rolling. They are rolling, and that was a great effort. I could not be happier. So tell someone that you love them tonight before you go to bed, and we'll see you soon. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. See you next time, Oil Country.